Well, hey there, Rockaholics. How you doing? It's Bob Bannister with you for another edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio. I always love talking to artists and I always love catching up with brand new artists. That is so much fun. And what makes it so special is the fact that a lot of these times, these artists are just fresh out of the gate with their albums and fresh out of the gate with their careers. So that makes it even more special. And it makes it really cool that later on down the road, I keep in contact with these artists and they become my friends. I had the chance to chat with Jon from the Mendozaz. They're a Canadian punk band. They've just released a brand new EP. Now, I say it's EP, it's 8 songs, but it's pressed onto a 10-inch vinyl. You'll catch more of that in the interview. It's called The Completely Fictional History of This Great Nation of Canada. It is an absolute blast. This is a great album. You've got to check this one out. Some really great songs, a lot of tongue in cheek stuff. So before we step into the Rock Talk studio, do me a favor, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hit that bell icon to stay up to date with all things Rock Talk. So now, like I said before, let's step into the Rock Talk studio, have a chat with Jon from the Mendozaz on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio. All right, keeping it Canadian, like I said before. And this time around, we are headed just down Highway 10 from where I am in Owen Sound, all the way down to Toronto. We are chatting with Jon Sohn from the band The Mendozaz. Welcome aboard Rock Talk, my friend.
Hello, how you doing?
Doing great, thank you. Now, you are from the band The Mendozaz. Tell us a little bit about the band.
Okay, so we're a three-piece punk rock power trio. And we started out as a Green Day knockoff band. We were all playing in different bands, styles that we weren't entirely happy with. Mike, the bass player, it was his idea to get together and, we could either do Green Day covers or we could just rip them off. So we figured we would write songs in that style, and that lasted about 4 songs. And we got bored and moved on to doing other things. So that was 8 years ago, and since then we've released 2 albums after that, and we have an EP coming out November 3rd.
That's right. That's right. Called the completely fictional history of this great nation of Canada.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a diversion for us.
Okay.
Each one of our albums has been 12 songs in the past, and we were gonna do like a 6-song EP. And again, we had too much material, so we extended it to 8.
Now that's kind of now being an old radio guy myself. That's kind of strange. Most EPs are around 4 or 5 songs, but
Right.
when I listened to this album, it's like, okay, now I know why you're saying it's an EP. Every song is a little on the shorter side, but it's a fun EP.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can call it an EP because we actually pressed it to a 10-inch EP.
Okay.
So it is literally an EP.
So how would you ultimately though describe your sound? Because I'm hearing, like you said, you've got the Green Day influence coming through, but I'm also hearing a healthy dose of the Bare Naked Ladies, that tongue in cheek songwriting from their early career. Am I wrong on that?
I mean, I'm not familiar enough with the material for them to be a direct influence.
Okay.
But as far as I know, they're clever guys, and if you're calling me a clever guy, I'll take it.
All right, let's go with that. I just found like there were parallels between your songs and Bare Naked Ladies songs from their early career anyway, from
Right.
Gordon. So if you have the chance, go back and listen to Gordon. I think you might hear what I'm talking about. Um, so what's your creative process like? Is it somebody brings a snippet of an idea, or everybody sits around and works together, or
It's usually the snippet.
yeah,
Uh, Once I have a decent chorus hook and a verse melody and maybe a chord progression, although it moves around, I'll bring it to the band, and they're both very skilled players, and we'll flesh it out together.
right,
Uh, but if I don't have that idea, we tend to, fumble around for a bit longer, whereas we can be very efficient if I have, 20% of a song written.
right. And is there something that you might go back and revisit? A song that's just kind of been hanging around, and you've just not been able to figure it out, and then you just gone back and said, "Yeah, okay, this is what needs for this project." Or
We have one of those on the CP actually.
okay,
Um, the song "A Piercing Shriek of Death,"
I love that song.
which was the placeholder title that I liked so much that we kept it. But that was an instrumental jam, and
Okay.
I literally, scattered the lyrics. I'm just going da 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 da, and there's this old recording of us doing it. And years later, because it had been, a voice memo on my phone for so long, and I liked it. I mean, this was the good voice memo. We can't just let this song, you know, never be finished.
Right.
So I brought it back, and this was at this point we were, actively writing this concept EP, the 8 true Canadian legends that we completely made up, and like this song sounds like a deadly shark attack.
I, that is just so much fun. I was telling my wife about it. I said, I'm gonna I'm gonna play you this album, and even though she's not a real rock fan, I'm gonna play her this album, and I know she'll dig it. My favorite on the album has to be An American Werewolf in London, Ontario. I mean, okay, one of my favorite films of all time is An American Werewolf in London, and then you throw that in there. It's just, yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's just
it's a it's
brilliant,
a
man.
parody of a parody because that was a take on An American in London.
That's right.
Yeah,
So, how would you describe your live shows?
just like a lot of energy. Dick and Mike are very visual performers.
Okay.
Mike likes to leap into the air, and Dick has his arms swinging all over the place. I have to play guitar and sing, so I tend to be pretty stuck behind the microphone.
Yeah. Okay.
And we keep it simple. We don't use any backing tracks, so we're free to play what we want to play.
And I find that's so important nowadays. Like, there are a lot of bands that are coming out and they're putting on the live show, but they're also using a lot of backing tracks, and that doesn't leave much room, if any, for improvisation.
Yeah. If you want to do like, an extended, I mean, I will start talking in the middle of a song and go. We captured one of those on the first track, the musical track,
Right.
um,
Okay.
where I just start going very, very Dennis Leary style. There's your 90s reference because he does that in the middle of his song too.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Now, was there a moment, a pivotal moment when you were growing up and you went, "This is what I definitely want to do for a living. I want to be a musician. I want to be in a band."
I was 22. So
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't that young. I had just finished my degree at University of Toronto, and I had, started writing my own songs. So I was very much a novice guitarist, in the background.
Right.
And I decided I was going to write my own songs, and I was going to start going to the local open mic. And I did this for close to a year. And I would write a song and I would perform it for the junks. And I had I had this one song I wrote called Robots for Dinner. And it was written with the intention of writing the stupidest song that I could. I Yeah, I had this thought that, the dumbest music seems to, be the most popular. So I'm gonna write something really dumb. And unfortunately, it was really popular with the drunks at the open mic. And so I would go up the weeks after that with some, something more personal, and they would say, "Play robots for dinner." But I don't want to play that. No, play it. And so it became a thing.
That's always the way it goes. It's always the stupid ones that you think, okay, nothing's going to come of this. Like I do a lot of the do a lot of the commercials for the radio station here. I made one about farts, and everybody is, I'll put out a new one, and everybody's like, no. Give us another one like the farts. You just kind of get stuck in that.
Yeah. So I find whenever I have a stupid idea, I need to make sure the song is good. Because I'll be playing it for a while, so it better be good.
Yep. Looking ahead to 2026, what does that look like for the Mendozas?
So we got this EP that we're dropping, and
Yep.
so we're playing as many shows as we can. And we're also hard at work writing. We're always writing. We have maybe 10 songs written already,
Oh wow.
but we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because, so many of these songs are brand new and people haven't heard them yet.
Right.
And we like to travel all over. We were in Owen Sound last summer
Mm-hmm.
and we had a great time there. So we'd love to come back and play these new songs for, the people in Owen Sound. We'd love to play them for the people in Sault Ste. Marie, in Windsor, in Kingston, anywhere that will have us really.
Absolutely. And if you do come back to the sound, I will definitely come out and see you guys play. That'd be a whole lot of fun. I think I know a couple of guys that I work with that will definitely love you guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Owen Sound's got a great scene. I didn't know what to expect. It was one of the Bandit Fest uh,
Okay.
run-up shows,
Right.
and Olive, who runs those, does a fantastic job getting people out. And we played in this basement venue, the Rumpus Room,
Okay. Yeah.
and it was shoulder to shoulder, and people were bopping, and it was a really good experience. Like Owen Sound. Toronto people don't always, think of it as like, a live music place, but Olive's done a great job, you know, turning it into one.
Mm-hmm. And that's the case. I'm noticing more and more smaller places throughout Ontario, throughout Southern Ontario, especially, are starting to. There's a music scene starting to grow. Like I know there's a bit of a music scene starting to grow in the Fergus area, Fergus Guelph, down in that area as well.
We did one at the Handsome Devil Bistro in Elora,
Okay. Yes.
and that show was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, this band Felixia opened up, and they were fantastic. And Suplex out of Cambridge
Okay.
drove up for that one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, what else was going on in Elora this year? The punk rock farmers market
I heard of
in Bellwood. Yeah,
that.
so we played that one as well.
That's very cool. Now, one of our sponsors here on CGCM Rock Radio is Iron Maiden Trooper Beer, and I don't know if you're a fan of Iron Maiden. Their one guitarist, Yannick, he's always the guy that's falling on his face or falling off the stage or dropping his guitar. Have you guys had a live Yannick moment?
Nothing that dramatic. I mean, usually, the worst thing will happen is I drop my guitar. The strap on my guitar is unreliable, and I like to swing my guitar around.
Right, and I think that's where Yannick gets in trouble too. He tries to do the whole 80s rock over the shoulder and back and catch it again, and it'll just go right up. And
You need industrial strength strap locks.
yes.
Like, all of my strap locks have all snapped into.
So if somebody came to you and said you have to include in your set 5 cover tunes and they can't change from now to the end of your career, what would those 5 cover tunes be?
Let me think. So we covered JAR Jar by Green Day.
Mm-hmm.
I love that tune. Flagpole Sitta by Harvey Danger is another fun one to
Right.
do. Knowledge by Operation Ivy. We covered Kill Your Television by Ned's Atomic Dustbin on our second album, Up and
Oh,
At
wow.
Them. And we do a really fun punk cover of Let Me Go by the Marvelous Three,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Butch Walker's band.
Right. Right. That's very cool. So what's your website, your socials that fans and maybe people who are just new to discovering the Mendozas can check you out?
TheMendozas.com. It's Mendozaz. And also at The Mendozas on Instagram and Facebook and whatever else you're on.
All right. Very cool. Now, before we wrap this up here, John, I'd like to do this little thing I call this or that. Nothing to do with music. It's just 6 very rapid fire, top of the head questions. Just a little bit of fun.
All right.
You ready? Here we go. Toque or baseball cap?
Toque.
Poutine or butter tarts?
I mean, I like poutine better, but I'll eat a butter tart first because I can get away with eating less of it. It's a stomach ache waiting to
There you
happen
go.
either way.
There you go. And this, by the way, is the Canadian edition. Toonie or loony?
A toonie.
Tim's or Starbucks?
Tim's.
Always early or always late?
Always late.
And finally, the big divider: pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
The first Canadian to say no.
No, pineapple on nothing.
Oh, okay. All right, John. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk right here on CGCM Rock Radio, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're quite welcome. And thanks to you as well. And we'll catch you again next time on another edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio.